Hello everyone, welcome to your Elite Weather Forecast. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist, and we're talking about a big storm today that's moving through the Midwest and down to the Deep South. And in this satellite photo, we're seeing our infrared satellite photo is really showing those cloud tops out there. You're seeing some of those cold cloud tops. So there is our deformation band there across the Midwest, the upper Midwest, that's going to be providing that heavy snow. But then down to the south, we can see those thunderstorms going down to the Gulf Coast that we're going to be seeing that we are seeing this evening across Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and through Kentucky and Tennessee as well, through those western portions, Paducah, down to New Orleans, and down across southern Texas. We're seeing those severe thunderstorms. So we're seeing a lot of hail with these storms, some gusty winds, flash flooding. Fortunately, tornadoes have not been a big problem today. That we have seen a few minor spin-ups, but we haven't seen any tornado outbreaks with that. Now let's talk about those temperatures that we're seeing across America tonight. We're still seeing that warmth down here along the Gulf Coast. We're seeing that warm air being drawn up by that huge Colorado low that's moving into the Great Lakes area through your day tomorrow. But we're seeing those temperatures in the 60s with some 70s down right along the Gulf Coast, and then 70 down there in South Florida as well. In the Northeast, we're seeing those temperatures in the 40s along the coast, but in the 30s over the interior portion along the St. Lawrence River Valley. And we're seeing those temperatures through the 40s and 30s through the Midwest across the southern plains, but we're cooling down into the lower 30s here across the Great Lakes and the upper Midwest. The northern plains is our cold spot, where we're seeing those temperatures in the teens across North and South Dakota for your Wednesday evening out there. Across the Rockies, we're seeing those temperatures in the 20s and 30s, and then along the west coast out there, those 40s in the Pacific Northwest, but we warm into the 50s down across the Southwest. That is a look at your temperatures at this current time. Now let's talk about that radar and that surface map. There is our storm system. There's our deformation band with that snow across the plains. And down to the south, we're seeing those thunderstorms down through Mississippi and Louisiana and Arkansas. Even into western Kentucky and Tennessee, you see those big line of severe thunderstorms right there. And now we're talking about that big storm that we're going to be seeing for your day tomorrow. Here is your graphical forecast, and here we are, a sloppy mess across the Great Lakes, the Northeast, and the Northern Plains tomorrow, the upper Midwest. So Minnesota, Wisconsin, over into Michigan, we're going to be seeing some freezing rain, rain and snow mix, heavy snow across Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. We're going to be seeing rain south of that cold front right there. You see that front? And you see this low, how you got two low pressures? That's not actually two separate lows. That's called a double barrel low. And what's happening is our storm is starting to show signs of weakening, and that low pressure from the lower levels to the upper levels are not vertically stacked in the column. They're kind of like thick, like this, where the upper low is offset from the surface low. So it's kind of like this. So you see what looks to be like two areas of low pressure. That is kind of a good sign. That's a sign of our storm is not intensifying. So we're seeing that double barrel action right there. But we are seeing those thunderstorms that's going to be moving down across the southeast, down across Atlanta to the Gulf Coast. Some more showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. We won't quite see as much severe weather, but we do have our triple point here near Ohio. So that means in the Ohio area is where we could see some isolated severe weather possible tomorrow. Can you believe that? Severe weather in January in the Midwest near the Great Lakes. That's going to be really close to Lake Erie and Lake Ontario there, so we can see that potential for severe weather. And then we have a little bit of action over here on the West Coast, where we have a weaker storm system that's going to be moving through the Rockies, and that storm is going to be bringing some snow from the northern Rockies down to the southern Rockies, and in the Mogollon Rim of Arizona, we're going to be seeing those snowflakes down there, and a little bit of rain across portions of California around the Bay Area, and heavy snow once again across the Sierra Nevada, where we could pick up another 12 to 18 inches of snow there, but they can need all they can get. Now let's take a look at our storm setup. There's our area flow pressure moving across the Midwest, and tomorrow it's going to be sitting over Illinois. So Illinois is going to have that low pressure area sitting over them, but they're going to be mostly under the warm sector and see mostly rain and maybe a little bit of rain and snow mix along the far northern near the border with Wisconsin. There you can see a rain and snow mix, but we're going to be seeing rain across the Midwest and then snow across Minnesota, and a mixed precipitation and some freezing rain through portions of the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast there with this storm tomorrow. As you can see, our jet stream coming in and a little bit of jet stream. You see that dip in the jet stream? That's that energy coming into the storm system, and we got that colder air that's going to be bringing in that snow across the central and northern plains tomorrow. Now let's take a look at our winter weather alerts for your day on Thursday, and we're going to be seeing that winter storm warning there through northeastern Colorado, through central Nebraska, and into western Iowa and southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin is where we're going to be seeing that winter storm warning. And to the north of that, we're going to see a narrow strip of winter weather advisory. The Twin Cities is going to be in there where we could pick up 3 to 5 inches of snow tomorrow, but most of you folks are going to be seeing 8 to 12 inches in this strip here. And to the south, more of a winter weather advisory again. And then here in portions of eastern Wisconsin and into Michigan, it's a winter storm watch that will be upgraded as the storm gets a little bit closer to you guys. Now here's a look at the snowfall potential across the Midwest tomorrow. We're going to be seeing mostly 12 to 18 inches here around the North Platte area. That's going to be our snow champion tomorrow. And the Denver area, we're going to be seeing 5 to 8 inches all the way into Minnesota and Wisconsin. Some of you folks here around central Nebraska is going to be seeing 5 to 8 inches. So a lot of snow across the Midwest. All things considered, it's not too bad. They are running a bit of a snow deficit in this region here, so they can use the snow as well. So we're going to be seeing 8 to 12 inches here, 12 to 18 inches in the dark blue, and 5 to 8 inches in this area, 3 to 5 inches in this area, and the darker grayish blue is going to be 1 to 3 inches. So a wide range of snow totals with this guy as that deformation band tracks off to the northeast. Now let's take a look at where our low pressure is going to be for your day tomorrow. It's going to be there centered over Illinois, and we're going to be seeing that deformation band over Minnesota and Wisconsin, which is going to bring that snow and a narrow band of freezing rain that's going to extend into portions of the northeast. But we're going to be seeing that rain south here. So south of Detroit, Detroit can see rain, snow, and freezing rain. So a combination. So a very sloppy day for Detroit tomorrow. Now let's talk about that storm, that future track of the storm as it moves off to the northeast as we head into your weekend and into Monday. We're going to be seeing that snow across the interior and more rain along the I-95 corridor. So the big cities are going to miss out on snow yet again, but see some rainfall. And we're going to see more snowfall across the interior. We're going to see a little bit of heavy snow up here over the higher elevations of upstate New York. That's the Adirondack Mountains. And we're going to be seeing the mountains of Vermont, New Hampshire, as well as Maine, where we could be picking up those heavier snowfall totals. And here we are as we take a look at that rain forecast for the East Coast. And we're going to be seeing rain along the coast, but snow in the interior. Boston might pick up 5 inches of snow. That rain is eventually going to change over to the snow for the Boston area, so you guys could pick up 5 inches. Now let's talk about your severe weather. This evening we're seeing that severe weather down across the south, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky, and Tennessee right there. That's where we're really seeing that potential for severe weather. Luckily the tornadoes have been kind of quiet tonight, but we are seeing the hail, gusty winds, and some flash flooding. Now for tomorrow, we can see that severe weather potential here across Ohio. So the Cleveland area down to Wilmington and Dayton, Ohio, we can see that an isolated slight chance for some severe weather tomorrow. That is your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thanks for watching. Leave your likes, comments, and feel free to subscribe. Bye-bye, everybody.